Hi, welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Jackie.
And I'm her husband, Glenn.
He's my husband, Glenn. He's my baby father, Glenn.
Yeah, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews. Today we're gonna review reviewing the one episode number 5 of the one. So we're gonna review that today. With Kirk Franklin, Tammy Franklin, with Brent and Ashley. So let's get to it. Episode number 5. We're moving along in the show. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually like this little show that we see that comes on each and every week. It's not dragging along, but I'm really ready for them to get to like the 6 people that are going to really move the mansion.
Yeah, trying to see how that's going to work.
So how that's going to work out. So let's get started.
Okie dokie. So first thing we see is Kirk and Tammy meet with Ashley and Brent at the house, and they bring a guest with them. It's Dr. Sherry.
Yes.
And we still haven't figured out where we know Dr. Sherry from.
She be everywhere, though. She talks to everybody. She does all the celebrity mental health
stuff. On Housewives or one of them. I can't remember.
She talks to everybody.
But they want her to come and bring some layers. And Kirk shares that he's been in therapy since he was 18, having to deal with like adoption, abandonment issues.
Yeah.
He was maybe you don't know. He was raised by his great grandmother, or his grandmother. His grandmother. And so he had to deal with that and not knowing his father, whatever. But the point is, he believes in therapy. Tammy said we believe in Jesus and therapy.
Yes.
And so he have Dr. Sherry come to talk to Brent and Ashley. Let me know a little bit about you. Brent shares that he was married at 24, was his first real relationship, and it went left.
Yeah, it went left.
He said it went left. No explanation.
No explanation. Left. No kids out of it. He's just by himself.
Right. And he talked about the fact that it took him a while to recover from that. Ashley tells Dr. Sherry, I call myself a professional dater. I have wanted to be married for a long time. It just hadn't worked out with any of the guys I was with. Like the guys, they ended the relationships because she probably wouldn't. So Dr. Sherry talked to her about that. That's a problem that a lot of people have, being stuck in a relationship that they shouldn't be in for longer than they should be there.
Yeah.
And she really just talks to them about like, what do you want out of a relationship? What's a healthy relationship? Ashley shares, I want a partnership. I want somebody to do life with me. Dr. Sherry encourages her to be clear about who she is and what her expectations are.
When everybody says, I want people to do life with me, what does that mean? I want them to do life with me. Like, they're going to do life with you. I mean, does that mean to, do everything together, to coexist, to, I don't know. When people say do life with me, it's like, I always to me, that seems so broad, right? Mm-hmm. It seems so broad. When I say we're going to do life together, that means, we're going to work on some things, cook, clean, take care of kids, car, house. That's what I guess that's what it means. I'm not a little bit.
No, I think when they say, I want somebody to do life with me, like for us to do things together, participate in each other's lives, encourage each other, do life, like be an integral part of my life,
like interwoven together.
Yeah. Okay. And we do things together, we grow together, all like that. But
do we do life together?
Yes, we doing this, ain't we?
Yeah, I guess this is life together. All right, I got it. I ain't slow, y'all. I'm just
Dr. Sherry asks Brent, tell me a little bit about yourself. He explains that, his mom was divorced twice. So there was not a lot of warmth or happiness when it came to relationships. His dad wasn't around. And Dr. Sherry just talked with him about the fact that, and we actually touched on that a little bit at church today. Our pastor preached, but like how sometimes men get let off the hook.
Yeah.
When it comes to actually being, unless, maybe even sometimes when you're married, but especially when you're not married to that person, when it comes to raising the kids.
Yes, they raise women but love men. Raise girls and love sons, but not raise sons. But which goes into the problem, I think, at a certain age, a mother can't raise a son. She can talk to him and deal with him, but she can't. There's something missing when there's not a father in the home, where there's not a man present, a male present, who's able to teach him from a male perspective. And we see that a lot in society to this day. Not saying kids can't grow up to be productive and all that, but there's something that's missing. If you ask most guys who didn't grow up with their father, or even young girls who don't grow up with their father, they'll tell you there's something missing when daddy's not in the home.
If they're honest.
Honest.
Some be like, he wasn't there, didn't miss him, don't see the point.
Yeah, if they're honest.
So Dr. Sherry's advice to Brent was to be honest. Same as she said with Ashley, about be honest about what you want and what your expectations are. And so Brent said what he took from it is, as he's going into this next date, I'm gonna be intentional. I'm gonna address issues when I see it, and things that's been holding him back. He was like, he keeps getting great options. It's getting difficult when it comes to him, when it comes time for him to choose.
Right.
And so for this, he's going rock climbing. And his first person, first dater he meets is Mika. And his first impression is, they got some heat coming in here.
Got a little body.
Her thing with him is, and we heard this before, they liking the salt and pepper.
Everybody like the salt and pepper.
They liking the salt and pepper, the gray and on them or whatever. Then, ironically, his second person to come, her name is Ashley.
Ashley J.
Like the person who's in the, I don't want to say competition, in this journey with him.
Yes.
Ashley, but her name is Ashley. So Brent says when she walks in, it's like, bam. She says she likes the salt and pepper that Brent got going on too. And again, they go rock wall climbing. He was like, I like, safety first when helping get strapped in. I like the way the harness kind of wrapping around that ass.
Look, at this point, the cameraman is he wilding. He putting it all over their body parts, putting it around it. Cameraman's wilding as he's talking about big safety. She adjusting it. The cameraman keeps low shots. That's what it is.
So they go rock wall climbing. Brent jokingly was like, when the ladies are climbing the wall, trying to help them, I want to be more hands-on is what he said. He was like, safety first.
Safety first.
Okay, Brent. He gets to know as Ashley was climbing the wall, he's talking to Mika about, where you from? He was like, I wasn't born here, but I've been raised here. She's from Bankhead. Meanwhile, Ashley's climbing the rock wall. She gets up pretty high.
I think she gets to the top.
Yeah, she's been rock climbing before. Then they switch out. Mika goes climbing up and she gets pretty high too. And then he gives them a little competition later.
To the speed wall.
They go to the speed wall competition. But before that, he talks to them like, what are you looking for? Mika says she's looking for her forever person. Ashley's like, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for companionship. She lets us know that she's got a 15-year-old son. And, she's been thinking more about having more kids if her partner wants to.
If the partner wants to. And that's big to Brent because Brent because
Brent doesn't have any kids.
Doesn't have any kids. And
he shares that he's the last male in his family. He's got 2 sisters. And so, yeah.
Yeah. It makes a big deal. If you're the last person to carry on your family last name, I was. You want to have sons. Or a son. Or somebody else to carry on their last name.
Just as a side note, I feel like people don't even care. Some people don't even care about that no more.
I did.
I know you. I'm just, when I look at society as a whole, that's like low on the totem pole.
One of the kids you gotta keep the family last name. Family, keep it rolling.
Some people don't even want to have kids. And I understand this world is crazy, but I just thought about that when you said that. Some people don't even care.
I know. I'm glad we had our son like number 2 because I didn't want to keep trying.
Yes, God, keep that boy.
Yeah.
Keep him. But anyway, so Brent was like, both the women are sexy, very sexy, but he said it's important at his age to look past that because obviously while he's been dating, he's had that problem. He's been caught up, with the looks or whatever, but we got to get some substance.
Gotta have substance.
And so that's what, like you said, They do the speed wall competition, and he says whoever wins gets one-on-one time with him tomorrow.
Which I always think is funny because they don't get one-on-one time anyway. Like you're gonna get one-on-one time anyway. So I guess you go first. But
yeah, but Mika ends up winning, and so she's going to get the one-on-one time. And Brent said the point where he says, I think I got 2 good catches from what I know about them so far. Had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we see Miss Ashley, what she took from what Dr. Sherry says. Again, she's going to focus on being intentional as well, and making her expectations known.
Now let's go ahead. Ashley's coming off this high from episode 4. If you watch the review on episode 4, she'd come off a high, but she had 2 great dudes, and everything went well. She had a low in episode 3. Where she didn't choose any of the guys. Episode 4, 2 great guys. She chose both of them. So now she's going to episode 5. So the expectations are high.
Yes, she said that. And so she has her first date come in. His name is Kenny. He's 48. Now, mind you,
giving BB Wine.
How old did we say? No, he was not giving BB Wine and daddy vibes at all.
Ashley's 37.
He's 48. Okay. He's an engineer. But she's like, he came in smiling. He's got a great attitude. He's older than she usually likes it. But she's going to give it a try. He makes in his little vignette or whatever, makes a comment. He liked that he's in that she's there in camo. Like, okay. So about that business. And he was like, hold on, wait a minute, I gotta go get something.
And she's like,
what is going on?
Please don't get flowers, because we found out in episode number 3, she don't like flowers because she thinks flowers is a waste of time. Waste of money because they could die. So
he comes back and he was like, I've learned that on the first date, I have to come bearing gifts. I have a gift. And so she's unwrapping it. She's like, oh my goodness, oh wow. And he gave her a purse, a little,
Coach purse.
Yeah, but I was gonna say it's just a little, nothing big, but a little purse. But it's a Coach purse.
But it looked like he had it for somebody else. It looked like he just keep a bag in his car.
He probably has quite a few things.
And like, oh, here I'm on a date, so here. But again, she said it gave her sugar daddy vibes.
Yeah, she was like, it was nice, but a little odd, and she kind of had to put on for me. Oh, thank you, But she was like, side weird. Okay, so then her second dater comes in. His name is Dante. He's 42. He's an attorney and a sports agent. And she's like, he's great looking, close to her age. Dante said how Ashley was dressed, it gave him, a feel of where she is. When they talk, Dante says that he's never been married, but he has an 11-year-old son. He does share that. Kenny shares that he was married for about
7 to 8.
About
7 to 8 years.
7 to 8 years.
That gives me red flags. If most people I've talked to who've been divorced can tell you exactly when they were divorced, exactly when it was over, how it ended, and why.
How long they was married.
Yeah, how long they was married. Yeah, divorced people not long they were married. Red flag there.
Yeah, one thing he said was, he got to figure out this kids thing wouldn't happen.
Sound like he don't want kids.
Yeah. Again, she says, I'm getting an older man uncle vibes from him, not really feeling it. Ashley goes to talk to Dante privately. She wants to know, okay, what's the relationship with your son's mother? And he was like, we haven't always been on the same page with each other, but the one thing we have been is on the same page when it comes to our son. So they have a good relationship when it comes to raising a son. She asked him, what's one thing you probably could have done better in a previous relationship? And he was like, I would have communicated better. Mm-hmm. I need to work on my communication.
Communication's key. Has to be key. In any relationship.
Comprehension, even more so. You got to communicate. Make sure that person, part of communication is comprehension. Reading is fundamental.
It is. I can communicate, but if you don't comprehend, then we still have a problem.
Let's see. So Ashley was kind of liking Dante, trying to connect with him a little bit more. Again, she's getting uncle vibes and sugar daddy vibes from Kenny. not really caring for that. So later we see Brent and Ashley come back to the house. They discuss their dates. Ashley tells Brent about the Coach purse that she got from Kenny, and he was like, "Did you check the serial number?" She was like, "Oh no, it's real.
Oh, it's real.
It's real. I checked it, but
it's weird.
It's weird." And Brent's thing was, which I laughed. Right, Brent's thing was like, "Suppose you already had that one." I was like, "Brent, what?"
Right. You know, I think gifts are fine, right? Thoughtful gifts are fine. Something that somebody can use, but you don't spend that type of money on the first date. And that's usually
obviously. I think it's like you said. I don't think not in his trunk. I think he has gifts already at the house.
He got gifts at the house, though.
Yeah, gifts at the house. We see
he's re-gifting.
Kirk Franklin and Tammy come in. I think that's when it might have been their vignette, but Kirk was saying that with the gift, Kenny kind of showed his age.
Yeah,
and he was like, it was kind of weird.
It was weird. Everybody thinks
it was weird. It was weird, but in preparing for this nightcap, Brent and Ashley made their own drinks up that they're gonna have for that night. And so Ashley's drink was La Mujer Valioso. No. Valioso. Okay, it's the valuable woman.
Yep.
And Brent's drink was the Set It Out. He was like, "Cause man, we set it out."
I ain't a drinker, so I don't know. This was kind
I
of
don't
whiskey.
think that's what he meant, though.
It was a whiskey type thing.
Yeah, but to Set It Out didn't have nothing to do with the drink. Y'all, do y'all know what? I don't know what the Set It Out means.
Yeah,
I don't know. But anyway, Ashley, Brent's date, she comes to the date house first, and she brings a gift. I was like, "Oh shoot, gift!" But it's a wine from a Black-owned company brand.
Charles Woodson. If you don't know Charles Woodson is, from a former NFL player, also went to Michigan and the Heisman Trophy winner, also a former Heisman Trophy winner, and played for Oakland. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
because Brent made a point that I know Charles Woodson. Yeah, I know Charles Woodson as well. So anyway.
Great. So Kenny comes in next with his satchel, which I thought was funny. You was like, "Oh, he's showing his age right there too." The way he came in,
he came in with satchel, man. He came in like a professor, like old head with a bag on. Like
Ashley's like, this is a chance for Kenny to redeem himself. Looking for him to step up. But after Kenny comes in, then we see Mika and Dante come in later. Dante feels like he's got a good chance with Ashley. Got good chemistry. Brent's looking forward to talking to his dates, but also talking to Ashley's dates too.
Ashley's dates too.
Brent asked a question about, "Hey, do y'all know any drinking game?"
How old are we? How old are we?
First of all, let's practice this. First of all, we don't drink.
I'm not a drinker.
We don't drink. But also, if I did, I feel like I'm too old. I feel like I would be too old to be playing a drinking game. I'm just too old to be playing. Yeah, and then
the game they came up with was like the candle blow. How far you blow?
Ashley, Brent's date, Ashley, was like, "Oh, I heard about this this game I seen on the internet or whatever, where you have these tea lights." And you got them lined up with a shot, and if you can blow all the tea lights out with one breath, and if you can't, wherever you stop, you gotta
take that shot. Yeah.
But I think I probably would have rather do that than the drinking twister that they did.
I thought, Twister game was all right. They didn't get sloppy drunk like the past episodes.
No.
Of some of the people, so.
No, but they played a little twister game. Ashley, our participant Ashley, remarks that Ashley, Jay, and Mika, they're lively, fun girls. Fun Kenny was being kind of, cool, a little more cool.
And Dante was coming out more,
but he was laid back, but he started to come out. Kenny says that Dante, it was no competition, and was a little competition in a little sense, but he's going to go for the kill. That's what Kenny said.
Yeah, sure.
So they play the drinking twister type game. Kenny has to shake his booty. Ashley remarks that like he was really twerking, and he just kept twerking, and
he bent his back.
He had arched his back. Never seen that before. Like she was eating him up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could almost look. I'm not. You could almost see You could almost kind of in this episode feel like Kenny's not getting picked. You almost feel like Kenny's not getting picked. Like it was so much negative about Kenny. It's like
already knew.
You kind of figure out it's not gonna be Kenny. It's gonna be she got to pick Dante, or she gonna pick nobody. But I didn't think she could pick nobody again, because that means the next episode she would have a date. So I figured like she got to pick person. So
they spin. Ashley has to give Brent a kiss on the cheek. Mika did a spin. She had to kiss Brent on the cheek.
Yeah.
And Ashley, our participant, was like, this game is ending up being more so for the guys than anything.
Yeah.
And even Brent was like, this game was a good idea for me. I'm looking up and getting a lot of stuff.
And then the weird thing happens.
Yeah. That's when Kenny jokes about smacking Brent on the butt.
Because Brent had to smack Mika on the butt, one of the things. And Kenny like, well, can I smack your butt? Everybody look, did you just ask?
He's like, nah, I'm just playing.
Nah, it was, I don't know if it's editing.
JK that.
Editing was like, it made it a long pause. Like he was really thinking about it. Maybe it wasn't that long, but I don't joke about spanking other dudes' butt. So.
But at this point, Kirk and Tammy come in, and Kirk's like, what is y'all doing up in here? And this is what in the Magic City type of stuff? And they jokingly was like, oh no, we're not doing nothing. We're just playing a game. Ashley J, Brent's date, she says, oh, we was just in here stomping.
Stomp.
You know what? Anyway. And so just while Kirk and Tammy are there, Ashley, our participant, she spins the little thing, and she says, oh, I'm gonna pick something for Kirk and Tammy to do. I have to say this. And it was like, oh, you have to give a kiss on the cheek. Kirk Franklin is crazy.
He told her to bend over.
No, he didn't. No,
he
goes to lift her little jacket up, like to kiss the butt cheek. They was like, no, on the cheek, on the face. That's Kirk Franklin.
That's his wife, That's his wife. He want to kiss that cheek. Let him kiss that cheek.
But he plays so much. If y'all didn't know, like, for one, I follow Kirk Franklin on social media, but if you've seen anything he does, he plays so much.
He always fun-loving guy. Like that.
He is. I love it. But so anyway, Brent goes to have his one-on-one time with Mika. Talks about how she is, or she's a go with the flow type of person. How important is it for her to be a mom? She was like, it's very important for me to be a mom. I actually did a lot of mom type things with my siblings, went to PTA meetings or whatever. So I'm ready to do that for my own kids. Ashley goes to talk to Dante at this time. What is it that you're looking for? I don't know if I asked you this. He was like, I want a partner. I want someone that knows what they want. Ashley comments that she and Dante have a lot in common, how their conversation flowed. And she's just not sure if the connection is there yet.
Yeah. Because he's a lawyer, but he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of calm, cool, and collective. He's not one of those likes a lawyer who always talking about themselves. So he's kind of laid back, and he's not talking about her neither. So he's not giving her what she needs.
So then we see while Brent is having his one-on-one time with Mika, that Ashley was like, oh, I came to get my one-on-one time.
Mika was kind of felt some kind of way. She's like, I won the contest. I won the climbing the wall.
Which goes back to what you said. They're all going to have their one-on-one time. So did you really win anything?
Nah, you didn't.
But Brent says, he liked Mika. He was enjoying spending time with her, but he does want to get to know Ashley. Okay, so tell me about yourself, when it comes to how you operate or whatever. And, she was like, I'm into, like the traditional type of stuff. Like the ladies in my family when growing up, do a lot of cooking. I'm nurturing, I'm that's comfort to me or whatever. And Brent says, he wants a family partner, he feels like he'll be a great father, and because he didn't have that, so he wants to do that for his kids. And after having a one-on-one conversation with Mika and Ashley, Brent's kind of in he has a conundrum. He's like, I'm feeling both of them. I have a connection with both of them. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to pick.
It'll be hard for me to pick.
Ashley's having a conversation with Kenny, and Kenny was like, you know what? I wrote you something. I wrote you a letter.
Yo.
Oh, it's so.
This is just cringeworthy.
Thank you.
This is cringeworthy.
So cringy.
It is so weird. It's cringy. Like Kirk said, it's like a guy who died, and this is his last will and testament that he put on a video. It is 10 minutes worth of video of him talking about, I love my future wife, or I want to marry my future wife. Him talking to his future wife. Now he's calling this girl who he's met for maybe 6 hours, if that, his future wife. Like, he's so awesome. Like, that is weird. Even if you think she's the one, you don't tell her.
Which I don't know how you would think that in this little bit of time. But Ashley grinned and bared it, but she was like, the video was loud.
Everybody was like, what's going on?
It was slow and it was long.
And even Kirk Franklin came out and looked at it with like,
it was like, what's that?
And tapped my brother on the shoulder, like, sorry, you poor guy.
What's that? And Kenny explained to me, Kirk's like, wow.
Yo, first of all, I'm just amazed that you got your own little tab, and now we found out it was unsaturated. You had your own little computer, got your own little USB drive, and you felt it was right timing that in the midst of all these people, for you to play your 10-minute long video.
It was really weird. And
just get rid of him just because he's stupid.
Ashley, to him, she expressed it was really sweet. She didn't really want to show her distaste for it. She's being quite kind. I thought it was just, I'd be like, sir,
it don't work. So
no, thank you. No, thank you. But Ashley said she felt like, the interaction was forced. The thing with the video letter to my future wife was just strange.
So does he put that back? Well, he gave her the USB drive. Never mind.
That's what I'm about to say. So when Kirk and Tammy pull Ashley and Brent aside, they talk about the letter. Kirk says it was weird, and Ashley's like, "Oh wait, I got it." So he gave it to her on a USB drive, and Kirk says, I don't know about that. I think that's a tracking device. I wasn't fool with it. And Brent was like, we're gonna put this over here.
Yeah. My thing was too, what if she's not the one? Because you still have to get picked, right? So what if she doesn't pick you? So do you get your USB drive back and put it to your next future wifey? I mean, come on, dog. It's just nonsense. He probably got like multiple copies.
He probably does. But they call in Ashley's 2 dates. She has to choose. No brainer. She picks Dante. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your services, Kenny, but
not today.
No longer needed.
Not today.
But she picked Dante because she wants to give more time to see if they can build a physical connection. Tammy said that Dante checked off a lot of Ashley's boxes, apparently. And Kirk was like, oh, but he missing that swag. And Tammy was like, well, he checks off a lot of boxes. We can work on the swag thing.
Yeah, you can work on that, man. Dude's a lawyer.
And the connection. It's Brent's turn to pick, and Brent can't pick. Oh. So here's a bright idea. Let me get my fellow participant, Ashley.
Yeah.
I think we've been in this long enough that we know each other pretty well. I feel confident she can pick for me.
I'm going to tell you this. I was feeling Ashley J. I thought she was, her facial expressions, her command in the room. I thought Mika was good. It was real close, neck and neck. I would have chose Mika. I think I would have chose Ashley, truth be told, just because of the bubbly personality and everything was straight. Plus, she said she cooked. She did all this. But I think because she had the 15-year-old son. He didn't say that, but.
Yeah, but in the end, Ashley picked Mika for Brent, which I thought was funny when she said, I'm going to have to go with someone that shares a lot of similarities with me. I just knew she was going to say the other Ashley too.
Me too.
But so she picked Mika. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, well. And so Brent was like, he gave it to Ashley, his fellow participant, to pick, but he also wanted to take some time and get to know the other Ashley, his date, Ashley J. But he's like, I gotta roll with the choice that Ashley made for me. So
yeah, I thought she made a good choice. It was tough for him. Mm-hmm. It really was. It was tough for him to make a decision, and Hopefully, if it doesn't work out with him on the show, or anybody when he gets to the end, that he maybe revisit with Ashley J, because I thought they would be decent together. Mm-hmm. So that's it for the episode. I think it's moving along. Next week's episode, there is the last dates. They get to pick the final person that goes into the mansion.
And then we're going to see how this mansion thing works.
Then we'll see how this mansion thing works out with Ashley and Brent and their 6 competitors. Mm-hmm. And so we see how that works. I hope no more people mixing up and intermingling in the mansion. But I like that. I enjoy the show. Enjoy the one. I think it's good.
I'm interested, like I said, to see what we're going to do from this point forward. How's everything going to go once everybody's in the house?
It's how it rolls out. Hey, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our reviews. And if you stay with us all the way through the 30 minutes of this video, why not subscribe and get some more of our great content that we're going to dish out to you. So once again, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you guys next week as we review episode number 6 of The One.
Bye.
Bye.